voice again. Why is it like that? There.
Hello. Is it hearing me?
It's recording.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually can hear you while I'm recording. But I trust it. It's all good.
It's supposed to be. I don't need these fucking headphones though.
Oh, man. Let's see. So, yeah, this is the motherfucking Thelowroad. Again, hopefully you motherfuckers ask questions. If everyone's driving home right now, so it's probably not going to happen. But I have a very, very special guest here today. Can you please introduce yourself, sir?
My name is Devon Newson.
Right in there.
Devon Newson.
Perfect.
AKA the News.
I've been trying to get you to call your rap name, which we'll get into eventually, to Dean Ooze, because that's what you told me.
Yes.
It was Dean Ooze. I was like, this guy is about to take over the game with this crazy ass name.
Slimy.
So I really appreciate you coming on. This is the third.
I'm excited.
Third
episode
of my. Right now it's the Thelowroad. It may change soon, depending on if I can get these other people to change their name, or if I really declare them competition.
Are they steady opponents?
At the level I'm at now, being new, I would say yes.
Okay.
But if everything goes according to plan, I would say no. They have like a WordPress, but other than that,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give them publicity right now. We are also drinking Going Coastal Sweetwaters.
It's good.
If you can see. Yes.
Thank you for the beer. Such a gracious host.
Hey, thank you for drinking the beer. You could have said no. So, just to get this started off, Devon Newson, where are you from?
I am originally from a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio, but now I've lived in Cleveland for years now.
And what was that suburb?
Olmsted Falls. Go Bulldogs.
And go Bulldogs. And for the millions of viewers,
a white suburb.
What is that like? What is North? North. What is it again? Olmsted Falls.
Olmsted Falls.
Where
yes.
is Olmsted Falls at?
It is right next
to Cleveland.
North Olmsted. It's southwest.
Mm-hmm.
By Berea, by the Browns, practice facility.
Yes.
The worst practice facility in the NFL.
Is that a fact?
I mean, it must be because they couldn't get a win. So the practice situation obviously couldn't have been too good.
Ouch, man.
Yeah,
0-16.
Yeah.
You know what? People like that, with teams like that, I feel like they practice really hard, but like in the game, they really like struggle. And they don't like show it. When I played sports, I always had guys on my team like that would go like, they would hit me very hard. I'm like, all right, I can't wait till Friday,
Right.
And Friday comes and I don't know where they're at.
No.
So it was predominantly white.
Oh yeah, I was like half of the 1.5 black kids that were in my grade.
And what was that an issue for you as far as growing up, or were they pretty chill?
It never really was. Like, nothing too bad ever happened, and I'm also, I've always been a person who, like, I can't be made fun of. I mean, I'm very easily made fun of, but I don't take it personally. So.
You have, like, a good defense.
Exactly. Good defense, or just, like, not caring at all.
What was the meanest thing someone said to you?
They used to say I looked like half Blackula.
That's pretty clever.
So yeah, I was like, I wasn't even that mad. I was like, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, at least that's.
Vampires are cool.
That must have been a smart person who actually made that jeer at you.
Yeah.
I always got like Oreo and like shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
Oh, I got a billion of those.
Like, come on, bro. Like, that's not even clever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Olmsted Falls wasn't that much. And now I know that you are a Jehovah's Witness. Are we allowed to talk about that? Is it okay?
Sure.
He's
going to hear us.
Oh, yeah? You sure?
Yeah, we can. I was a Jehovah's Witness.
Was?
Yes.
Are you able? You can just like quit that?
I think so. I mean, I don't know if my card is still good down at the club, the J-Dub Club.
When do they hang out? Is that like a Saturday night thing?
Kingdom Hall. We hang out on your front doorstep Saturday morning at 9. But I don't know. It's something where, like, for the longest time, I was like, I'm mad at religion, and I'm not going to be it anymore. And now I'm like, I know I'm not going to be it in it anymore, but I don't hate everyone who's part of it. Like, I feel like it can be good for some things, but for me, nah, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, like, with certain morals.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, like, I was definitely raised, I was happy to get the morals when I was young of basic, like, I just took, just be nice to everybody, like the golden rule type thing.
Yeah.
Just like, be nice to people, give them food and wine, and like, just let them have a good time. Like,
sounds good to me.
Right? Like, that's really neat. Like,
so at this point, you would say that you transitioned into a Scientologist?
Yeah, I'm deep into Scientology now. My faith levels are very high. Me and Tom Cruise kick it every weekend.
Oh, man. Well, that's a good look for me. You know what I mean? On this fucking podcast.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
2 degrees of separation from
Hell
TC.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah. All right. So, I am interviewing... So this is the Thelowroad, right? And I called it the Thelowroad because I wanted it to be a show where you could talk about anything. I'm not going to... You could be the most sexist, racist jerk ever.
Well, in that case, I have some things to say about the Chinese. No,
There we go. And then, and this goes as long as you want it. And no one has really practiced that as much. But my backup is artsy folk. Because everyone I am interviewing is someone who I believe in, and someone who is trying to do something, other than work 9 to 5. And that's no shot against somebody who's doing that, because we need people like that.
I still also do that, by the way.
Right, and I do as well.
I gotta survive.
Or I work a 4 to like 12.
Okay.
To be like specific.
Comparable. Yeah.
Second shift or whatever.
Same amount of hours.
Right? And so I picked you because you're not just one thing. You're not just a podcaster. You're not just a comedian. You're not just a musician. You're a mishmash of all these things. And I guess right now you are most focused on podcasting, yes?
Mm-hmm. That's been my main focus the past year.
Okay, so, and your podcast is The Second Shot, which I've been on. Is an awesome show.
Thank you. It was a good one.
What led you to that point? So maybe we can start all the way back as to when... Did you meet your other host, George, before? Or did you have the idea and then you just happened to meet him?
So George saw me do stand-up comedy. That's one of the things I guess I do. Or I did. I haven't done it in a minute. Been podcasting mostly.
And where were you doing your set at?
My first ever set, I started off doing it in punk basements, believe it or not. Like, before punk shows, I'd kind of open up the show and get everybody loosened up. So, like, from there, I emailed Ramon Rivas of Accidental Comedy.
Shout out Ramon.
It was called Chucklefuck back at the time, but he was looking for an intern, and I emailed him and was like, hey, I've been interested in doing comedy, and I started, he let me do sets and help set up shows and stuff, and make lineups for shows. I learned a lot interning down at Redstone, which is now closed.
What is it now?
I think it's graffiti, and it closed again. I'm pretty sure in Battery Park. Nobody can keep this place open. Like, it's had like.
What is it, haunted?
I don't know. It must be like.
Johnny Mango's is haunted.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't know. That basement.
You ever notice how like your Wi-Fi just goes out when you're at Johnny Mango's?
Yeah.
It's because it's haunted.
I thought that was just because they had lead paint on the outside.
Well, on top of that, pretty sure it's like an Indian burial ground there. Like there's some goofy shit going on over there. That's what I heard. Anyway,
Native Americans hate cell phones.
No, they hate Johnny Mango's, bro. They hate that delicious fried rice.
Speaking of notice I don't have any offensive Native American imagery.
Ah, yes. 2019, that will be gone.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
We're so progressive.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
You know, I'm happy to see it go. Like, I'm a person as a kid, I love Chief Wahoo too. Like, as a kid, he's a fun character. You're not thinking of race or anything. But as you grow older, like, your mind can change about things, and I could see how it would be offensive. So I'm like, it's whatever. I think the Block C looks cool. I think we could probably find a cooler mascot, or maybe not cooler, but if not just as cool, like,
yeah, right.
we can find something else to get attached to. Like, it's baseball. Like,
yeah, is it really about the mascot or is it about the team?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I was actually listening to like ESPN 850. I listen to them a lot. Because I try to get better at keeping one side. You know, like when you write a paper, you can't be like wishy-washy. You gotta be like, ugh, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
So I listened to them because they have to have their take, and they were taking callers about the issue with changing Chief Wahoo, and it was lightweight disgusting listening to the people who were just like, I'm so mad that you're like changing it and blah, I'm so disgusted, and then like their excuse is like, do you even know the origin and blah blah blah. Like, it was bad, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah, it gets rough out there. And actually, the Block C was people always talk about the history, like how far Chief Wahoo dates back in the tradition of our team. But like, the logo actually was a Block C before it was Chief Wahoo. Like, so the Block C is the original logo historically. Yeah, that's a fact. Like,
well then, fuck.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, we go back to even older history.
And if you think about it, like, look at the fucking Browns. We're the only team without an emblem on our helmet, which I think is super dope.
Yeah, it's very unique. And, like, maybe the color scheme right now and the design of the uniforms don't look that cool, but we still have that orange helmet, which, like, signifies us. And, like, look at the Cavs. They went back to their original colors and stuff.
The shit was gray.
When they got
gray uniforms the other night.
Oh, those were...
Oh, no.
You know, there's part of them I like, but I feel like they're trying to, like... all this black and yellow, I'm like, they're trying to, like, get all those Pittsburgh fans in here, like...
Oh my god, the Pittsburgh Cavaliers? That'd break my heart.
That would be real sad.
At that point, I'd just be a Steelers fan.
That would be the most crushing moment of my entire life.
That would be bad.
If they take our only championship team and make them... No, it's not gonna...
Yeah, then I'm moving.
Yeah.
Then I'm moving for sure.
Yeah.
To Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh. I just met some chick from Pittsburgh. She's cool.
Really?
Yeah, but I kept calling it Pittsburgh. She's like, no, we just win a lot or some shit.
I actually really love Pittsburgh. Like, I have a bunch of friends, like comedians, and like the Race to the Coffin comedy guys from Pittsburgh are awesome. And I have a few friends in bands, like Scariest Police Chases. Check them out.
What is that called? Scariest Police Chases?
Well, Scariest Police Chases. Great band. But like, Pittsburgh's a cool place. It's a kind of a cool looking city, and like,
it is.
I think I don't know.
It is. I have no gripe against Pittsburgh. You know, I like Whiz.
I like ketchup.
That started in Pittsburgh?
Heinz.
Oh.
Heinz Field.
Oh, right.
Heinz Factory.
Facts. Boom facts.
Whiz,
so, wait, we got off track here.
Yeah, we got a little off the rails.
So yeah, we went over growing up. We went over how you started the podcast. So when did it really like materialize? The second shot.
So George had seen me doing comedy and in the past, and he started doing stand up after me, and we became friends. And one night at his birthday, he started talking about how much he loves Spider-Man 3. Which nobody fucking likes that movie.
That's the one with the Sandman?
Yeah, and Venom.
That really bad.
Like,
he's like dancing around.
Yeah, that weird dancing
That
scene.
one's bad.
It's so bad. And he tried to explain to me why it was a good movie. And I was not having it, of course. But I guess that moment, that conversation kind of sparked his brain. He's the one who actually, it was his idea to start the podcast. And he came to me and... we kind of just like, he's like, let's do this show where people will defend things that they like that a lot of people don't like, and try to get them to change their mind and re-experience it. So, and really give it another chance, hence the name Second Shot. And So we give things a
Yes.
second shot. You were on
Yes.
it. We took a second look at Tinder on your episode. It was really funny.
Got a lot of people in trouble.
Oh my gosh, there was a lot of
Well, 3
terrible
people in
stories
trouble.
on that. Yeah, mostly us 3. Yeah, you're right.
So there's gonna be a martyr. You gotta take one for the team, you know.
And for the people, for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And
How many episodes are you guys on now? Do you know?
we actually just got done with our first year. We did 50 episodes, not including bonus episodes. We did like 4.
Congratulations.
We also do like bonus movie review episodes.
Yeah.
And
Which I've seen a couple of those, or not seen, but watched a couple of those.
Thank you. And yeah, so we're at like 52 now.
Nice.
And counting. So
Nice.
you're coming back on again, I
Yes.
think, in a month or so. I don't know when this is getting released, but
Right. You guys have like a 2-week thing, right?
no, it's actually back down. We went to the night before. We were like dead on, up to date, present
Yeah.
for a while. Now we're actually like a week ahead. But
So is that is that like a strategy of yours? Because this is my 3rd one, so I'm just like, I take the picture and then I edit it real quick, and I throw the fucking auto tune on there, which I fucked up and I didn't edit it right the second time, so it's just regular voice.
oh shit.
And then I cut some stuff out because the last one I did, we like took a bunch of bathroom breaks because we were drunk as fuck. So I do that and then I just throw it up. So like I usually throw it up within like a day or 2.
Okay.
That's so fucking, like, is that Boston? That's great, wherever that is.
Oh, you're referring to the nice screensaver?
Yeah, like Google screensaver.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's like I will sit here when I can't find something to watch on TV, and I'll just travel the world through 3-second intervals of video clips or pictures. No, it's there's no strategy to it so much as like at first we wanted to like have a bunch of episodes in the bank in case we needed to like say cancel if a guest cancels on us or one of us gets sick
yes,
or something like that.
So you can keep it consistent.
Yeah, we'd have one in the bank. You want to keep it consistent.
Very
I feel
fair.
like release something every week, be reliable, and like basically from there, like we just wanted to get a little bit more like up to date and current. So we started doing it like we'd record the night of and release that same night. Like after we would record, George would stay up. When he had to work at like 7 the next day, he'd stay up till like 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning editing these episodes to post, and it was good for like staying current and knowing people could easily promote things. Because
I'll definitely give it to George. It's very crisp.
Oh yeah,
all the voices. He does a really good job, man.
He does really well. He learned all that technical shit, and like when he came to me to do the podcast, I was like, I don't know how to do any of that shit. And he's like, yeah, I got all that.
Man, hell no.
Oh man, we got a soundtrack now.
That's fucking crazy.
But he does a good job. Listen to some of our earlier episodes. Sounded like shit. He will admit to, but
I don't think so.
No.
It's great to interview you. As like, I'm a fan of the show. I'm a fan of anything someone I knew previously does. I love to watch, especially in Ohio. I love to watch like creatives like work.
Yeah, like I'm
do they sound as good as after episode 10? Probably not, but they don't sound bad. Sounds better than mine.
I mean, you're only on episode 3, so it took George like we sounded like crap basically the first 10 episodes, and it wasn't that bad. Like you could understand what we were saying, but it's not optimal to listen to this for like when you're listening to this for like an hour long every time. Like you don't want to hear like this weird buzzing in your ear for an hour. But like it took him the first 10 episodes, and we got a little better for the next handful of episodes, and then he got really good, and we got more equipment. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love tobacco.
Yes. Oh, this isn't news to me, but to my millions of viewers. You do plan on moving to Wisconsin soon.
I do.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's in the air.
So, it's in the air. If you were to move,
Most likely we will.
most likely you will. If you were to move to Wisconsin, what would you do? As far as would you still be in radio or trying to be in radio? Would you pursue something else? What do you think?
You know, I've thought about it a lot. I kind of have been. I would like to continue to podcast to move there. Like whether I do my own interview show or if I come up, I've always wanted to do like an improv, like comedy bang bang style podcast. Shout out to Mike Calhoun of the Unbelievables podcast from Akron.
Now, shout to him. What does that mean? Improv bang bang podcast comedy.
Check out Comedy Bang Bang if you haven't. Like, it's a show that's been going for a number of years now.
How do you see that? How do you go watch that? Is that like on Hulu? Is that like a YouTube thing?
I think. Well, it started off as a podcast. You can find it on any like podcast, like on Apple Podcasts or Google Play Store or anything. Okay. But Scott Aukerman's the host. He was like this writer for Mr. Show back in the '90s.
Who's Mr. Show?
Mr. Show is a Comedy Central, or was it Comedy Central? I forget, or was it HBO? But it was like, what's his name? Bob Odenkirk and David Cross, comedians.
Oh, David Cross.
Yeah, it was like a little sketch show that they were like the two stars of and had writers.
Okay.
But it's like it's a podcast where he's the host basically, and he'll have on comedians, whether they play themselves or usually his first main guest who has something to promote will play themselves, and then they'll have other comedians on that will just come up with this character, and he'll interview the character, and it ends up being ridiculous like every time. Like they're just like, it's hilarious, like the stuff they come up with sometimes, like totally naturally, like they're just totally improvising and making this entire personality up on the spot.
Okay, and then they have a new person like every episode.
Yeah. Like they release like 1 or 2 episodes a week,
dope.
and it's really funny. But then they turned it into a TV show on IFC for like 5 years. Or 6
Comedy
years.
Bang Bang.
Yeah,
that's what you need to check out.
Check it out. But yeah, I think I would want to do something like that. I also been doing. Like I recorded these health blogs for Metro Health Hospital, and like they paid me money for like these little clips of like health blog stuff. So I'm like, this could be cool. Like if I just do all this like voice work. Now that I got the job because of the podcast. Basically, somebody knew the podcast.
Hell yeah.
Knew I did a podcast, a friend, and they needed this for the hospital, and. I'm like, man, I could do like some voice work or stuff, turn that into a gig, and then do comedy on the side again.
Hope you get on the anime I like. Hope you get some job doing that.
Oh man, I would love to be like Goku in the new Dragon Ball Z reboot.
That's a stretch, but I would love for you to do that too. That's the only reason I would watch it in American. Only reason. Oh my gosh. Okay, so people don't even know what the podcast is exactly. Like you gave us what's your? Is it fair to ask you what your favorite episode is?
Yeah. I mean,
is it fair to ask you that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that I've done. I'll give you a couple answers.
Okay.
My favorite episode, as far as guest, I have to say, it's my girlfriend Claire Nandori. She was on episode. I have to do that. Yes.
Yeah, that was the best episode.
She talked about Girls, the show on HBO. But I think...
No, I've seen that. That's just dope.
I think one of my favorite ones to do was our episode 50. We did like an employee review. It was like our year anniversary episode. So like George gave me an employee review. And we kind of like improv it, and it was really fun.
Okay.
But I mean, your episode was funny. Tinder. And
come on, man. What was like your favorite episode? Mine was okay. Claire's was okay. We're your friends. But what was like one that just went smoothly and just so like what was the best one? And then the topic you had a lot of interest in. Because there's levels to it. You can't like everything the same.
Yeah, it's we did a mumble rap one that was fun. We did a rap, but like the one that just flowed smoothly, naturally. Or there's two I'll say right off the bat. One was a person neither George or I had ever met. Came to do a podcast. BC Wayman. He did a yoga episode, and we just
BC Wayman.
We got to talk. He's a comedian and actor and writer, and he just it was funny. But it was meeting him for the first time, and it was unnatural. He emailed us this stuff about he was a comedian. We didn't know he was a comedian at first. He just sent us this email, and he's like, we used to run in the same circles, or we used to run around people in the same circles, and he was like, I'm just an old man who would like stretching with the young guys, and he's being funny, and we're also it seems like he's being funny, but we don't know this person at the same time.
Okay.
And so, but we're like, why don't we just fucking do it? It'll turn out to be a crazy episode of nothing. And he came over. We did a little intro. We did yoga. We actually recorded a video.
Where you at, bro? I be pressuring people on my show to drink.
Dude, I'm slowing down on the drinking a little bit. Well, I used to be a big drinker.
This is 2 beers.
And
a big drinker, huh?
I used to be.
Were you waking up, taking shots of Jack, like a maniac?
I was brushing my teeth with Jack, like Kesha.
Wait, she said that?
Sorry,
I'm not hip to Kesha.
I think she did.
I know she's white.
Yeah, this was my own sister's upbringing.
Yeah, right. Okay, no, I like metal. I like metal music.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, okay,
that's
so
pretty
yeah.
white.
Oh wait, so
except for black metal.
Except for the 15 people at the end of the night that might see this live or watch half of it.
Yeah.
Devon is a mixed lad, such as I.
Yes.
So just to add a little context of why I would ask you that.
Oreos, as the high school kids used to call it.
Yes. You could be a mulatto.
Mm-hmm.
And a whole bunch of nonsense. Fucking yellow, red bone. But the question is, okay, yeah. So that's not a question. So the white part of me loves metal, and I love Irish jigs.
I never knew you loved Irish jigs.
I love that shit, pirate music and shit.
Oh,
Yes. That was perfect.
Was that good pirate music?
That was very good, river dancing music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
That's an interesting tidbit.
Wait.
I don't know.
Something white you have to do.
I grew up in a lot of punk music scenes and
I
punk
like good
basements.
punk now.
Yeah. I like old country. I like Johnny Cash and shit.
Yeah.
And that shit.
Everybody likes Johnny Cash though.
Yeah. And yeah. If you don't like Johnny Cash, that would be really weird if we did an episode. If we could find somebody who doesn't like Johnny Cash,
they're just trolling. I don't think they exist.
There are those people that just don't get music at all, though. They just don't get it or understand it, and
right. They don't know how to digest it.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. I had an ex-girlfriend who, she only listened to religious music, and gospel music growing up, and so she just grew up thinking she didn't like music at all, and then when she started not becoming she started becoming a little more worldly, as they would call it. She realized, oh wait, there's good music out there. So it's some people just only listen to certain things or never listen to music, and they just don't enjoy it, or I don't know.
Right. And I have a buddy who's like that as well. He's I'm just not a music guy. And at first that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
What does that mean? I've never heard anybody say that before.
Yeah.
But he just has to find something he likes, I suppose.
Yeah.
And so does that person.
Yeah.
But if somebody was to say, "Oh, I don't like Johnny Cash," then they're just trolling. They're just gonna come on your show and just do that.
Yeah.
Unless they really can convince you. That's not like Michael Jackson's music or
There's people at my work that don't like Beyonce. They hate her with a passion. I'm I could see people not digging her, but hating her is
yeah. That means you don't like one of Beyonce's songs.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
I think mostly it's people who didn't like the music videos she did that seemed to be violent against police brutality. and so they decided they don't like Beyonce.
Oh yeah, where she sinks into the river.
Yeah.
I mean, what's her face? Kendall Jenner or whatever did like an instrumental like that. Lame.
Yeah, didn't she do?
It's like a Pepsi commercial. Like,
Yeah.
Stop and like do Pepsi at the guards.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, everything's cool now.
Dude, that was so tone deaf.
We were just thirsty this whole time.
Pepsi is racism.
Oh man, I don't know. If any pop cures racism,
Yeah, what
it's
was
ginger ale.
Ginger ale is the most socially conscious pop, you think?
I feel like it's the most mature that doesn't taste like shit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like... Yeah, and it also, like, calms down an upset stomach. So, like...
If you just mix it with a little Pepto.
Yeah.
There's
Pepto.
kids now that order diet pops. And it's fucking weird.
Kids?
I'm talking like 8. Like, I'm 8. Like, can I have a Diet Coke?
What? Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
That's way too weird.
It's something new in my old age that I've discovered.
So do you think, like, 8-year-olds are body shaming each other? Like...
I think they're gonna have Alzheimer's when they're 40 if they keep drinking that fucking diet. Look at that aspartame in it.
Seriously, that's awful. That stuff is so bad.
But you know what's easier to parent other people's kids? More is like, I can't believe you're drinking that.
Yeah.
Let your kid eat that.
It's so hard, like, we try, like, I work at, like, an all-natural food store, like, grocery store, and, like, even working there, like, I still buy shitty food, like, it's hard to just not buy the most unhealthy foods at any time. Like,
Is it?
It is.
Okay, why?
Because I love creamsicles and Oreos. And
but how many creamsicles are you eating a fucking week? You know, like...
I go through a pack a day. 2 packs a day. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
I had my first one in like a year, like a week.
So you don't just do the podcast. What else have you done? You mentioned stand up earlier.
Oh yeah, I did stand up for like 3 years. I do it here and there still sometimes, but just kind of over it at the moment. I'll probably go back to it, just not right now. But also writing a comic.
What's it called?
Spectrum.
Spectrum.
Spelled a weird way though.
How do you spell it?
SPCTRVM.
SPCTRVM?
Yes.
Okay.
So it like kind of looks like it on a page, but technically doesn't spell it.
But if you know, you know.
Exactly. And
what's that about?
it's kind of a cool like fantasy sci-fi.
Definitely
type deal.
sci-fi with the name Spectrum, that's for sure.
Yeah, it has to do with like some cool like consciousness, manifesting reality type stuff, and kind of a cool, funny, epic, little Harry Potter-ish, little Star Wars-ish, kind of parroting a whole bunch of pop culture in it, and yeah, it's gonna be cool. Artwork is still being procured for such things. I've written the story, but art has proven to be harder. Like, because I can't draw myself, I need to find someone else to do it for me, and that part's pretty hard. Trying to find the right person to work with who can dedicate time and
And get paid.
Exactly.
How much?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've never done this before, so it's like I have to figure out like how much do I pay up front, how much. And like artwork can be very expensive. Like,
very true.
They have like the main comic companies have like people who do pencil, people who do ink, people who do the lettering, people who do the coloring. Like, it's 4 people going into this one panel of a comic book, and then doing that over and over again until you have a book's worth of pictures and words, and it's a lot of work. So to find somebody who can kind of do all that in one or two people who can do all that for me is proven tough. But that's why I'm like trying to hustle and do these like audio blogs and stuff, make a little scratch here so I can donate that money to these artists over here to help me create this new thing to hopefully bring in more money. So
it sounds like a solid plan.
I feel like it's tough and it takes time, but like as long as you have some kind of idea of where you're going, and it's been great working with my cousin Jordan Patrick, fellow comedian and podcaster. We've
he
always,
has a podcast too.
Yeah.
What is it?
His is him and another great friend and comedian, Jeremy Shear, do a show called Let the Hate Flow Through You. And it's fun. It's kind of a similar premise. They started theirs before George and I. It's a similar premise, but totally different. These guys' style is totally different from George's and mine. But they have guests come on the show and talk about what they hate, and basically it's a show for them to come on and vent. And Jordan and Jeremy are both very good at talking and interviewing and being sociable to their guests, and the dynamic always works out really well. And like a lot of times by the end, the people that come on and talk about what they hate, they do a good job of flipping it back on the guest and being like, oh, do you hate this because of some deep thing about yourself and your own psyche? And it's a really cool show. They've been on the air a little longer than us, about I think 6 months or so, almost a year maybe. But Jordan, the co-host of that, is like, he started another podcast network called Above Below Entertainment.
Above Below Entertainment.
Yeah. And it's just a network of podcasts that we all kind of like help each other out. We promote each other. Our listeners will listen to the other shows and hopefully kind of like latch on to more fans that way. And we have a lot of great shows on the network. We have, drinking and becoming intoxicated is bad for my recollection, because I can't pull things out of my brain so quickly. But there's a lot of great shows, like there's Fantasy Boys, which is a show with Brian DePerna and Brian Kenny and Bill Squire. They talk about sports and funny stuff, and it's really good. Then we have Teach These Devils, which is Wilson Rivera and James Earl Brassfield. And oh my gosh, trying to think of all our shows. Ad Hominem Attack Show with Chris Paw and Ryan Perna, Jeremy Shear, a bunch of people, friends are always on that show. We just got a show called Drinks with Larry.
That's cool.
And
so it's like, and if you don't want to drop the number, you don't have to. But there's like 7 of you things.
Exactly.
And you all share each other's shit.
I think we just got a show called The Default Setting with Jess Volstick too.
The Default Setting.
Yeah, she's a really funny comedian.
That's
Check her
cool.
show out too. But yeah, we all help each other out, and we're hoping to keep growing, and we're putting out like doing live shows.
Pause. I had to piss. My bad. We back though.
Sorry for normal human functionality.
Yeah. Thank God for technology. Thank Scientology for technology.
Yes. Yes. Praise L. Ron Hubbard and Xenu, our alien overlord.
So you've done plenty. Not done plenty. You've done plenty, but you've dabbled in different forms of like entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Before you met George in stand up, what got you to start stand up? Or what got you into that scene?
I think I was always just a fan of stand-up, and I've always just loved comedy. I love the laugh. I love making people laugh, and like being weird. And I was always very shy. I was too shy to even try anything on a stage, and kind of like hit a point in my life where I got to like a rock bottom point, and like from there, I basically was like, what do I have left to lose? And
why was it so rock bottom?
You know, it was tough. With like some legal issues, relationship issues, life issues, that just all came to a head at one time, and just a lot was weighing on me. And it was like, this is not who I am or who I want to be. I want to like go out there and make my voice heard and like make my mark. And so I had written some jokes down in the past, and like Jordan and I had written like some jokes in the past. He had written some stand-up, and we like wrote some comedy scripts together. And so I was like, I took for some old jokes. I took jokes from social media that I had told, because I'd been telling jokes on social media for years already. I was like, why don't I just take these jokes to a stage? And I started doing it. I wrote like a 5-minute set. First time I did it, it went terribly. And I thought I wrote all these political jokes.
The first time you went up, it
yes.
was bad?
Mm-hmm. Well, the first one I ever did was in a punk basement, and it was okay, but the jokes were not good. They weren't that great. I took those jokes.
Can you tell me one?
There was one joke I remember in particular that I remember seeing a sign in my hometown that said "Ponies for Parties," and
yeah,
I saw a sign that said "Ponies for Parties." Obviously, like some type of horse rental system. But my brain went the weird way of thinking like ponies as in like strippers or like sex workers.
Okay.
And
I mean, I think I giggled.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought of it, and I started laughing, and it's like I wrote like this weird political joke about like ponies having sex with each other. Like I played like this weird character was like, how am I supposed to explain to my kids that two ponies are having sex with each other?
And then you had your voice and everything.
Yeah, it was weird and dumb, and like I made the mistake of trying to be a political comedian when you go to an open mic, you only have 5 minutes, so like you can't set up political jokes like you can in like an hour special. And so I told this joke on stage at the Lakewood Village Tavern, and I did my whole set and maybe got like one laugh at the top because my opener was always pretty solid, but just the rest of the set went terribly and it bombed. No one booed or anything, but it was just complete dead silence, and I felt terribly. Damn. But I tried it. After that, I switched it up, and I went to like a style of doing like all these one-liners, and that really worked for me. And like when I started doing that, like that's when I really like started taking off, and people were laughing at my sets. I had a couple nights where just like, you know, it was great, like making a room full of people laugh, and it was awesome. Then I started getting booked on other shows, like showcase shows, not just open mics, and it was really fun. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about how to get ideas out there, not be embarrassed, and just be yourself, and it just helped me like find my voice in a way. So it was cool.
That's real shit. Do you have any ops? Do you have any big ops out there? Big ops is beef. Do you have people out there trying to beef?
Trying to beef? I don't think I specifically have anyone trying to beef with me.
So humble.
I don't think. I mean, I might. I don't know if I do. Just because of who I'm associated with. The Cleveland comedy scene got way too convoluted, and there's so much.
There's drama within the comedy scene.
There's so much drama in the Cleveland comedy scene right now.
All in the form of jokes.
Well, there is a roast battle show that's great where they on stage will roast each other, and it's amazing.
Yeah, tell me about that. What's that about?
It's amazing.
Is it an annual roast battle show?
Actually, I think it's monthly or bi-weekly, but it's hilarious. There's a lot of really funny people that go down and they do that. But outside of that, that's all lighthearted. That's all jokes and friends. But
well, is it because if there's so much drama and it's in between that community and they're all getting together in an award show, wouldn't it be a perfect petty moment to throw a shot using a nice joke?
It would be, but the problem is that the people on the opposing side of this argument don't go to these shows. So it's a wide world of Cleveland comedy. There's many venues, there's many shows, many cliques, and I mean, in a sense, there's.
Just imagine like a bunch of comedians
just like
fighting and shit.
there's a show in there somewhere, but I think what's his
style?
What's his face? Mike Epps, like him and his crew, like jumped another comedian a couple years back. Like
that's so ghetto.
Yeah, shit gets so dumb. But there's a lot of jealousy in comedy.
You guys think you're fucking funny?
There's a lot of jealousy in comedy, as we're seeing in like national media. There's a lot of scumbags in comedy, and just like people not everybody gets along, and there's my co-host George actually rubs a lot of people the wrong way, I guess sometimes, but he kind of just stands up for what's right in a lot of ways, and I mean, George is not without air. We all aren't. But I don't know. It just gets a little. It just gets a little dumb out there. Is all I'll go into. Like, I don't know. It's tough to say.
Other than stand up and other than podcasting, what else have you tried to do?
I was trying to rap for a little bit.
Yeah, I always thought you were I thought you were a good rapper.
Thank you. I thought you were a good rapper too.
Thank you.
Free Northern.
Yes.
Check it out, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
That's some good shit. But tried to do that for a little bit and never really released anything. I have like maybe one song on the internet that's like of good quality. But I don't know if you can find it still or not. It's on my SoundCloud.
It's somewhere.
DNews, DEENEWS.
It's somewhere.
It's called Out of Place. If you want to check that out.
It's all about the audience.
Yeah. I perform. Do you ever perform live rap? It's fun. I've done it at like. I did it at B-side one night on the open mic, like the music open mic.
Yeah. I just went to that a couple, like last week.
Dude, you should sign up for one of these days. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of tough. I couldn't hook up like my actual beats or anything. I like had to talk to the house band that was playing at the time. And they had to like, and it was like different. It was kind of hard because I didn't know which way they were gonna go. But a lot of times it like ended up working out perfectly, where like they pick it up right on the perfect spot. And so it was fun. It was different. It was fun to hear your lyrics over a different beat than you intended to write it over.
Yeah.
But
for sure, over a live band, that's some dope stuff.
Exactly. I did that one time with a dude on a MPC too, like another comedian, Steve Mers. He makes dope beats. As Dr. Zayas on Instagram. Steve
Mers, Dr. Zayas.
Yeah, he's like a radio host.
Shout out.
Cleveland
State's
cool
name.
radio.
That's a cool name.
Oh yeah, he's a cool dude. But yeah, rapping was fun. We were trying to work together for a minute, and like I never put it together.
It's alright. It happened eventually.
I just felt
eventually the clout will be so big, you'll be an idiot not to do it, and you'll be like, you know what? I guess I'm just gonna do this.
It'll be like Gambino. Like he used to rap, and then he went full comedy, and then when he was like pretty popular in comedy, so he's like, oh, I'm gonna be Childish Gambino again.
Yo, he's got a lot of different styles though.
Yeah.
Some whatever the song was, Big Last, the
Redbone.
It was really high pitched music singing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Redbone.
Redbone. Okay, yeah. Chocolate with the Kool-Aid. Exactly. I didn't even know it was him. I was like, who is this? The Dream? You know? His stand-up is good too, and Atlanta's good.
I just watched that show like last month.
Oh, did you?
The show's so good.
I've only seen like 5 episodes. I gotta binge it with my friend. But and then what made you stop doing that? Or not stop, but just, stop to do something else.
I always thought I was like too nerdy to actually like be successful in that field. Like I felt like, yeah, I have this image, and like some of my raps I talk about shit that's like not actually happening. I'll just rap like a bunch of shit that sounds good.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was kind of true and kind of honest in a way too, but like I just felt too nerdy. Like I was too nerdy to succeed in that field, and that's when I kind of started doing comedy, and I felt like that suited me more at the time, and so I chose that route. I thought I would find better success pursuing that road.
Do you feel like you have?
Found better success?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I mean, like, I really don't have anything super special going on, but I feel like I've progressed and gotten better, and then started doing a podcast and gotten better just at talking and storytelling, and I think that's helped my comedy become better, what I've been writing, and really, I want to become the best writer I can be when it's all said and done, because if you're a really good writer, you can take that into as many different directions as you can, or as you want to. Like, if you're a good writer, you can be a good rapper. If you're a good writer, you can be a stand-up comedian. If you're a good writer, you can be a songwriter. If you're a good writer, you can be a screenwriter. Yeah, you can make sketches. You take it so many different directions. Write a book, write a comic book. That, like, if I feel like I work on that one skill, no matter what area I'm doing it in, if I keep trying different paths as a writer, eventually that experience is going to build up, and I'm going to get all these XP points, and like I'm going to level up, and until I land where I'm supposed to be. And I don't necessarily know where that is going to be yet, but I keep trying all these different things and getting a little better at it and a little better at it, and finding myself in places I never would have thought. Like I wouldn't have thought I was going to have a podcast that I did for a year, or that I would have audio blogs on a hospital's website, or like have a comic story written out at all. Like I'm just ending up in all these places, and hey, wherever the wave takes me, I'll go, like.
Do you ever try to show off? Lately I've been trying to like
just like
show off my shit, because people if you do something entertainment wise, they just see you as that, even though you might know them through work.
Yeah.
Do other things. They're just like, oh, you're a rapper. Oh, you're a podcaster. No, that's not all I do. I do a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still saving up for my life, and people assume that.
Exactly.
But sometimes when they assume that, it makes me want to show off. I'm like, yeah, I am doing this too.
Right.
So my form of showing off is I'm showing the emails I get, and just like crossing off who's emailing them to me, and like all the like beat blogs and like the invites to like showcases.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not even like that. I'm not even that active with rap, But that's my way of like showing off. And be like, yeah, I'm not like a bum. You know what I mean? I still get at least talked to.
Right. Yeah. Like,
it's not this like fantasy thing of like you making $10 million a year. We were just on my last episode. I was just talking to Jess, and we were just talking about how there's so many jobs as writers.
Yeah.
Where you're getting paid barely 6 figures, but that's fine. I could do that.
Yeah.
80 grand, like that's nice. You know what I mean? For a
great.
regular person like us, so
it would definitely be great.
I don't know. Just adding to writers' credit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know. I definitely see that thing where it's like there is a downside to the entertainment industry where like ever since I started doing comedy, like it's almost as if like there's times where you can't be like people won't take you seriously when you're trying to be serious in a sense, or where like I'm tempted to fuck around with people too much and joke a lot where I'm like, I like fucking with people's gullibilities and stuff like that, just because it's fun and I'm an asshole sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta be.
Yeah, exactly. And when I do that too much, though, it like I'll end up like going too far, and like the person will think I'm like being serious at that point, where I'm like,
and not in a sticky situation.
Yeah, they think I'm like super pissed off at them for some reason, or they think like, it just like totally like damages relationships, and it's awful.
Well, I'm sure you have the charisma to mend that.
Oh yeah, I think so. I don't know. There's always like a dark side, but you can like overcome it, I guess.
So what's next for the second shot?
What do we got coming up next? We're heading into our second year. If I move to Wisconsin, we're gonna have to figure it out at that point. If I move to Wisconsin later this year, or when I move to Wisconsin later this year. But we have a lot of good guests coming up. We're just trying to like get out there and reach more people who we haven't met, because it's fun to just like meet somebody new and get their point of view and give them our point of view. So we have like Rustin McCann coming up, a photographer from Cleveland. We have you coming back to talk about one of George's favorite things, Green Lantern.
Oh man.
George's like favorite character is Green. There's multiple pictures of him wearing his Green Lantern costume.
I hope he has them for me to see.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be posted everywhere pretty soon.
Oh my gosh.
But
I've been telling all my friends about that.
And George probably won't be embarrassed, though maybe he should be.
He should not be. He should not.
Yeah, he should be himself. But you think Green Lantern sucks?
I think Green Lantern is the worst.
That movie was awful. That Ryan Reynolds movie was really bad.
I don't even need that to, know that Green Lantern is terrible.
Oh damn. Okay, this is gonna be a good conversation.
That's weird. How are you two superheroes though? Or not superheroes, but how are you Green Lantern and Deadpool?
Wait, what?
Talking about Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like, are we attributing that actor to that one person?
Well, like Green Lantern did so bad, and it was part of DC movies.
I'm just saying, what if somebody was Flash and the same person was like Carnage? You'd be like, what? Why?
Yeah, that would be weird. Yeah, even though it's the DC Marvel split, that would be kind of strange. But Chris Evans is Captain America, and he was the Human Torch in Final Fantasy, and those are both Marvel, even.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is dope, though.
Wait, did I say Final Fantasy?
Oh. Okay, there you go. Yeah, but that Fantastic Four was garbage, though.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Where we at? This is good. This is usually where I start realizing, it doesn't even feel like we've been talking this long.
Yeah, we got up to an hour pretty quick.
Oh, my gosh.
Not bad.
Are you okay on time?
On time?
Yeah, we good.
We got 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, 10 minutes. Okay. I gotta wrap it up, Word. Damn. So this was for the second shot. What part of Wisconsin okay, let's just play a little hypothetical game.
Okay.
You moved to Wisconsin, what you said, April? Just hypothetically, right? So the plan is to move there April. You move there, everything's good, you're not broke, you're not struggling. Do what the fuck. You could do exactly what you're doing here, just as Wisconsin. What are you gonna do as far as entertainment wise? You're gonna start up a fucking rapping, you about to do some stand up, or you're just gonna try to make the podcast thing work with George down here? What do you think you'd do?
I feel like I probably would start stand up again, because we're either going to be in Madison or Milwaukee, and I hear both of them have pretty good stand up scenes, and it'll be nice for me to get into a fresh scene with new people where I don't know all their shit. And I have a fresh audience where I'm not telling the same jokes to the same people, and I have a new arena to where I'm not getting sick of telling those jokes over and over. I haven't done it in a minute, so it'll be fresh and it'll be good. I'll write new jokes. I've been writing new jokes that I have to go out and try. So I'm excited about starting stand-up again. And really it's about, seeing where it lands, meeting people and networking all over again and building that scene and like hopefully expanding, kind of just like we've kind of taken friends and myself are kind of like doing it, making a good umbrella here in Cleveland, and it's like let's branch out into another city and another state and keep expanding. Like we have friends in Pittsburgh, like this network's growing, like it's good.
So outside all of that, what do you like to do? What do you do in your spare time? Please tell the people. You know, because you can't just be working on stuff like this all the time. You need a break.
I am addicted to porn. I watch porn all the time, and I can't stop. No, I'm just kidding.
Great.
I do that sometimes, but I like nerding out on comic book stuff. I like watching NBA.
Yeah.
I'm getting back into video games lately. I'm playing a lot more games, but you know, writing here and there. Just a big nerd. I like getting into a YouTube hole. You ever go in there and just like
YouTube hole?
Nerd out? Like I'll watch like
I don't know the term.
I watch like you go on there and you watch one video and then the next related video comes up, so you click that and then you're over in this category.
Oh yeah.
And just over and over watch like 5-10 minute videos.
Sure.
And like I'll watch TED Talks, or I'll watch like old cartoons, or I'll watch. I moved into the room he lived at, but he would be like selling us shit or whatever. He lived in Tremont above like this cupcake shop, and so it'd be real easy. We'd go over there. It was fun. But like one day, like they didn't break into his place because he was like an apartment above a shop, so like the street level door was down on the sidewalk, glass door, staircase up to the apartment. And so he had to have let them in because that door wasn't smashed or anything or broken into. And like it was fucked up. Like his girlfriend found him, and he was like tied to a chair with like a shot in the stomach, and like all his shit was stolen.
Oh wow! I heard that story. You knew that guy?
Oh yeah.
I'm not joking around at all.
You heard that? Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
That was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so it was like, we feel like he got into stuff we didn't know about, like, or just somebody was like straight up, just like.
Yeah, but that kind of killing seems like it was some personal, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like fucked stuff.
Yeah. Nobody ever knew what happened. Like, it was never solved.
Wow. Yeah, man, that's real stuff. That's some beef. People think like these little parts of Cleveland over here, like, because it's not some stuff they, like, I mean, it's on the news, but since Cleveland really isn't big like that, like, it goes down here, like, everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Oh, goodness. So drop some handles for the people, please, so they know where to fucking find you.
Follow me at News on Devon on Twitter. That's NEWSONDEVON, and I'm on there. I'm on Instagram at Devon Newson, so that same thing but reverse. And our podcast is at Second Shot Pod on Instagram and Twitter. You can also email us at secondshotpod@gmail.com if you want to like. Even if you want to be on the show, even like if you want to tell us anything we did wrong, suggestions. But yeah, you can come on the show if you have something you want to defend, and that's basically.
Now, but see, with mine, I'm not defending, so because you guys do both.
Yeah, we do it.
Most of the time, you guys are defending.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to come at you like
George is going to be defending against us. We've done this a couple times on the show. It's mostly him with like. He loves Fast and the Furious, so he's always defending those. But now, like, we get to like roast on him for Green Lantern for an hour, so that'll be fun.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate you doing this.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's cool having
all my earlier ones are like, they seem a bit more sentimental, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder when it'll get to the point where it's just like business, you know.
Yeah. Just like, here we go again.
Yeah, like here's a check and that. But for now, you know, it's all like on the soul. It's you know, right now, it's the Thelowroad, you know. May change, but that's what it is.
It's
I
fun.
appreciate you. Devon Newson.
Yes.
Thank you.